Hey gang, in part 5 of my series for beginners who are interested in learning the fundamentals of marksmanship and also for defensive use of a pistol or concealed carry, I would like to talk briefly about what we mean when we talk about a safe direction. Now I know to some of you this may seem simple and obvious, but a safe direction can be a lot of different things. Okay, but what it does have consistently across the board with any of the different directions that might be safe is that if the firearm were to discharge, would not cause injury or damage. Okay, well, it's pretty obvious if you take a firearm in a gun shop and you want to check it out, anywhere you're pointing it, if the firearm were to go off, whether you're pointing it at yourself or another human being, which I hope you wouldn't, but if you were, it's going to cause damage, right? Something's got to stop the bullet. Well, when you get to a shooting range or when you get to an appropriate place to practice with your gun, okay, they're going to have a target area set up or a berm that is designed to catch bullets and hold them and stop them safely, and that will be your safe direction. So when you go to a shooting range, okay, the rules are set. Okay, don't point your gun anywhere but at the target area. Don't point your gun beyond the range parameters or the target area markers, if there are any. If you're in an indoor range, they're probably going to be just the walls. Now, when you go take a class or something like that, hopefully your instructor will talk to you about safe direction and what is allowed in the class. How are you allowed to control the muzzle of your gun and what direction it should always be in. For the most part, if you're outdoors, down is a great safe direction. I would call it the default safe direction, as long as you're not pointing the gun at your own feet. You got to remember that your body is part of this safe direction thing, okay? Just because you're not pointing at some guy next to you doesn't mean you couldn't be pointing at your arm. People who carry with shoulder holsters have this issue. See, these rules have to be followed at all times if you would rather not accidentally discharge your firearm into a human being or your dog. You know, right now I'm doing this video and my best friend, Angus, the black-mouthed cur, is sitting here at my feet. He's laying on the floor. And my second best friend, Timber, the treeing Walker coonhound, is walking now underneath the tripod of the camera. I don't have a safe direction right now. I have to be really careful. Now I'm carrying my gun appendix style. I don't know if I step back far enough, maybe you can see it. Now, yeah, this isn't how I carry when I'm walking around, even though in Wisconsin we have our open carry. But I could carry this way if I wanted to, and I would have a jacket over it, or possibly this shirt would be untucked. I'm just going to leave it out so everybody can see what's going on. Yeah, get out of the way, buddy. All right, now I got a safe direction. You want to go over there too, please? That would be great. Okay. If I was going to draw my gun but not shoot it, possibly, you know, just have it in like a low ready position or something like that, I would grasp the gun, I would pull it straight up out of the holster, it would immediately go away from my body, and you notice how this left hand is out of the way to help with that safe direction. I might go into what they call a stool position, okay, and I just did that because my dog walked beneath the barrel, so I had to get it out of the way. And this is what they call a stool position, where my thumbs are together and my weak hand is behind the gun against my body, all right, and my pinky is going to be like down by my belt buckle for an indexing point, and I'm going to feel that belt buckle, and this is what they call the Sul position, S-U-L, meaning south. It's another language, I don't know, Portuguese or Brazilian or something for south. Anyway, now I got this gun pretty much in a safe direction, and I'm holding on to it tight. and I got my elbows are pointed towards the ground. It's going to be really hard for somebody to bump me and knock this gun out of my hand. It's going to be hard for me to drop it. And I can stand like this all day long waiting for directions. What do I do next? Okay, it's a great safe direction. Okay, now let's say I am at a shooting range. You know, they're not going to want me standing there in a stool position. They're going to want my gun on the table, or they're going to want it in my hand, and I'm going to open this gun up and verify that it's not loaded, do a safety check for everybody, right? I've already done that like 6 times before I turned the camera on, but you guys didn't see me do it. So the gun is clear. My finger is in the chamber right now. You got to take my word for it. Your gun is going to be pointed downrange. I don't even like pointing the gun at my own camera, okay? I'm in a basement right now, so if you see me stretch out and point this gun, I'm pointing it at a concrete wall, which is a safe direction. And now my dogs are behind my backdrop, so I'm all good. If I was going to drive that gun out and shoot at the target, I would do what I needed to do, and then I would bring that gun down and set it on the table. Just set it down on the table, safe direction. You know, whether the action's locked back or not, whether it's cocked or not, whether it's loaded or not, you set it down, you don't touch it, it's not going to go off. Okay? You don't walk away from it. You pick it up again and you finish shooting it. You know, never walk away from a gun unless you've unloaded it, but you don't have to, you know, open it up or anything like that unless the range rules specify that. So we got a safe direction, okay? I'm in the basement right now, and I'm not going to point the gun up because my family could be upstairs. You know, anywhere upstairs. My bullet will go right through that floor and kill somebody, okay? And that's what you have to understand is these bullets will go through, and this is a 9mm, these bullets will go through several layers of drywall and still have enough power to kill people, okay? So safe direction is so, so important, but it isn't always the same direction, okay? All right? Now, there isn't anyone upstairs. I'm all alone in the house. So up could be a safe direction right now. I doubt that this 9mm bullet would have enough power to kill anyone after it went through that floor and then my roof and my ceiling. I doubt that it would have enough power to kill anyone. But you have to remember, when you're outdoors, what goes up must come down. If you live in an apartment building, what goes up can kill your neighbor. Okay? So sometimes we just don't have a safe direction. Okay? You know, without beating the heck out of this, if I'm in a car and for some reason, some terrible reason in the gravest extreme, I must draw my gun. Okay? If the threat's coming at me from the driver, I'm driving the car and the threat's coming at me, then, well, the gun's going to come out and it's going to go right to the threat, right? Okay? If I can extend, I'll extend. If probably not, you know, I'm going to hit the glass. But I can drive the gun right to the glass if I want to. That's a vehicle CQB is another course. If there's people in the passenger side and there's people in the back seat, and the threat is on the side of the car or behind the car, and for some reason I figured that out and I know where the threat is. I've identified the threat, which is one of the requirements of self-defense. You got to identify what it is you need to defend yourself against and know and try to isolate it if you can, but that's another course. But I will come up and go right to what they call temple index, where I have that gun against my head. And yeah, now it's pointed at the roof of my car, and yeah, the bullets will go through the roof of the car. But I got people all around me in the car. At that point, I can turn and I can drive that gun out between the people in the back seat and do what I need to do. And, you know, I really don't see myself ever having to do this, but I don't have my crystal ball with me right now, so I don't know. Okay? Anyway, when I'm done, it comes back to that temple index, all right? And when I no longer feel threatened, I can investigate, I can look around, I keep control of the gun, all right? My finger's straight on the side of the gun. And when I'm done, all right, I will go back, you know, back into my holster, and hopefully do it right. But a safe direction is in a constant state of flux. Okay, you have to know who or what is in front of the barrel, and that, because when I draw a pistol and I turn my back on you guys, no one knows I have a gun in my hand but me. So I have to be aware. I have to be aware of everyone around me at all times. Okay? Let's all stay safe out there.